Beatrice! I need to talk to you about something important. It's kind of a big deal. Are you free to chat for a bit? I really need your full attention.
Well, look at this! Eleanor is actually reaching out. That's a first in ages. I'm usually the one trying to get a hold of you. What's up? I'm just finishing up a design project, so I've got a few minutes before my next client call. Is everything okay?
It is serious, Beatrice. Extremely serious. Actually, it's about me possibly moving back home. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and it feels like the right decision for me right now. It's a huge step, obviously, with a lot of implications for everyone. I've gone over all the pros and cons in my head, and I truly believe this is the best path forward. I'm talking about a permanent move.
Huh? Moving back? As in, to Mom's house? Our childhood home? That's unexpected. Very unexpected. I mean, you've been living in San Diego for years now, haven't you? You built a whole life there. What does your husband say about this grand idea? I can't imagine him just picking up his life and moving across the country on a whim. And the kids? What about their schools, their friends?
Charles and the kids, of course, would come with me. Did you even have to ask? We're a family, aren't we? We do things together. He's completely on board, actually. We've talked about it extensively, and he understands the importance of this. The kids are excited about a new adventure. They've always loved visiting Grandma, so they're looking forward to being closer.
What about Charles's job? Doesn't he have a pretty demanding career there in finance, right? I remember him mentioning some big promotion last year. Is he just going to commute? That would be quite a trek. Or is he planning to find something new here in our little town? That might be a challenge, given the limited opportunities compared to a major city like San Diego.
Oh, he'll just have to quit. It's not the end of the world. Jobs come and go, you know? They're replaceable. Family is more important than some stuffy old job, don't you think? He's already given his notice. He's excited about the change of pace. He says he's been wanting to try something different for a while anyway. He's already started looking at some remote opportunities, and he's confident he'll land something quickly.
Just quit? Eleanor, are you sure that's feasible? What about your financial stability? A cross-country move, no immediate job for Charles. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Have you really thought this through? What about savings? Is his company offering a severance package? This just feels incredibly impulsive, even for you.
It'll be fine, Beatrice. Trust me. We have plenty of savings, and honestly, Charles's job is not what's truly important right now. Besides, I'm more worried about our mother right now. It's a daughter's instinct, I suppose. I need to be closer, to oversee things personally. I want to make sure she's truly taken care of.
Worried about Mom? What's going on? As far as I know, the two of us have been managing perfectly fine here. We have a routine, and Mom seems content. She's been in good spirits, going to her book club, doing her gardening. Everything seems stable. What exactly is it that you're worried about? Has she said something to you specifically?
Oh, you would think so, wouldn't you? Living off Mom's money, nice and cozy, without a care in the world. You've always had it easy, haven't you? No real responsibilities, just floating along. It's easy to think everything's fine when you're comfortable. You've been living in that house for so long, I doubt you even see things clearly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean? I contribute to the household, you know. I pay my share of the bills, I buy groceries, I help with the upkeep of the house, I work. I'm a freelance graphic designer, and my income is consistent. I've been helping Mom manage the house since Dad passed. What makes you think I'm just living off her? That's a really unfair accusation, Eleanor.
Please, let's be real, Beatrice. Don't be so naive. You're just living off Dad's inheritance, aren't you? You think I don't know about that trust fund? You're enjoying a life of leisure while Mom... Well, Mom deserves better than to have her resources slowly drained away. It's not just about what you contribute now, it's about the long-term impact on her financial security. That money was meant for her retirement, not for you to live a cozy life.
So, now you're suddenly concerned about Mom's feelings and her finances? That's rich coming from you, Eleanor. You haven't exactly been a beacon of family support over the years. You barely visit, you rarely call.
Look, Beatrice, I don't know what you're trying to imply, but I know Mom isn't truly happy with the current arrangement. She's putting on a brave face for you because that's just how Mom is. She wouldn't want to upset you, but I can read between the lines. I know her better than anyone. I'm her eldest daughter, after all. I have a deeper understanding of her needs, her unspoken desires.
You don't know anything about our lives here, Eleanor. You haven't been a part of it for a long time. Mom is happy, and we get along just fine. We have our routines, our inside jokes, our quiet moments. You're the one who's been absent for years, living your glamorous life far away, only to parachute in now and make grand pronouncements. What makes you think you can suddenly just disrupt everything we've built here?
That's where you're wrong, Beatrice. I'm not just parachuting in. I've been observing. I know more than you think. Mom has told me everything, every little detail about her frustrations, her unspoken wishes. You'd be surprised how much information you can gather when you actually engage with someone, truly listen to their subtle cues, even from a distance.
You've been talking to Mom? About me? I didn't realize you two were suddenly so close. I mean, we've had our disagreements, sure, but she usually keeps things between us.
Unlike some people, I actually care about Mom's well-being and her happiness. It's what older sisters do, Beatrice. We look out for our younger siblings, even if they don't appreciate it.
That's a low blow, Eleanor. You were never around much, especially after Dad's funeral. You rushed off as soon as it was over, practically before his casket was even lowered into the ground.
That's irrelevant right now. We're talking about Mom. Focus, Beatrice. Don't try to deflect by bringing up the past. What matters is the present and Mom's future. You're always trying to shift the blame, aren't you? It's tiresome. Let's stick to the current issue at hand, which is Mom's living situation and her needs.
So, what exactly has Mom been telling you? Because the Mom I know is perfectly happy. What's this big secret she's been supposedly confiding in you? Are you making this up? Because frankly, I don't trust anything you're saying right now. Give me specifics, Eleanor, not just vague accusations.
She says it's tough with you around all the time. She can't do anything she truly enjoys. She feels like she's walking on eggshells. She feels like you're always underfoot, always there, preventing her from having her own space, her own freedom.
That's ridiculous. Mom has her hobbies, her friends. She's an active person. We go out together. We have our own lives. She volunteers at the library. She goes to her gardening club every Tuesday. She even has a pottery class twice a week. She's always busy, and she's never complained about me being here. Never. Why would she tell you something different?
And yet, you're there, living the high life on her dime. It's not fair to her, Beatrice. It's simply not fair. She shouldn't have to subsidize your lifestyle indefinitely. That money is for her comfort, her security in her golden years, not for you to live a perpetually comfortable existence without contributing meaningfully to her welfare or your own independence.
Mom never said anything like that to me. She would never say anything like that. She's not like that. We have an open and honest relationship. We talk about everything.
Well, she said it to me. She's probably just being polite to your face, Beatrice, because she's too kind, too considerate. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings. But to me, she can be honest. She knows I'll always have her best interests at heart, even if it means telling you a difficult truth. She respects my frankness.
That's not true. We're close, and she would tell me if something was wrong. We have daily conversations, deep conversations, not just surface-level pleasantries. We've talked about our future, about her plans. You're lying, Eleanor. You have to be.
She says it's exhausting having you there with no real job, just lazing around, constantly expecting her to cater to your schedule. She feels like she has no privacy, no space to herself. Every time she walks into a room, you're there. Every time she wants to watch TV, you're on the couch. She feels suffocated.
I do have a job. I work from home. I'm a freelance graphic designer, and my income is stable and consistent. I have clients, deadlines, real work that I do every day. You just assume the worst about me, don't you?
I'm sure that's very demanding. Is it really a job, Beatrice? Or just some little hobby you do to pass the time? Are you actually making enough to support yourself, or is Mom still footing the majority of your bills?
It's a proper job. I work at least 40 hours a week, sometimes more. I pay my share of the utilities, the internet, the groceries, even household repairs. I covered the new roof last year. I've been diligently setting aside money for Mom's future medical needs, too. I've been taking care of her financially and practically since Dad passed away. What makes you think I'm just sitting around doing nothing? I manage the house, I run errands, I cook dinners. I'm constantly busy.
See? This is what I'm talking about! You're living there, and it's causing problems for Mom. Everyone is struggling because you are freeloading. You're a drain on her resources, her emotional energy. Can't you see that?
You're twisting things, Eleanor. You're distorting reality to fit your own narrative. You're making up these elaborate stories about Mom's supposed unhappiness just to justify your own manipulative plans. I refuse to believe this.
Everyone is struggling because you're freeloading. Even your brother Arthur can't stand it. He's sick of it. He told me himself. He wishes you'd finally grow up and get out of Mom's hair.
Arthur? Arthur would never say that. You're lying, Eleanor. Arthur and I are close. We talk all the time. He's been nothing but supportive of me and Mom. He would never say something so cruel behind my back.
Oh, he has. He's fed up with you taking advantage of Mom. He told me just last week when I called him. He said he was worried about Mom, but he didn't know how to address it with you. He said you were too sensitive. He even suggested that maybe I should be the one to step in and fix things.
You're making this all up. This isn't like Arthur at all. He would have told me himself if he felt that way. He's direct, not a backstabber. You're deliberately trying to isolate me, aren't you?
I'm telling you the truth, Beatrice. You're just too blind to see it. You've been living there for so long in your little bubble, you've lost all perspective. You're like a parasite, clinging to Mom and Dad's legacy, while the rest of us are out here living real lives, taking real responsibilities.
So, what's your grand solution then? What exactly do you want, Eleanor? What is the master plan you've concocted that justifies all these lies and accusations? What is your endgame here? Because it's clearly not about Mom's well-being. It's about something else entirely.
We're moving in. Charles, the kids, and me. We're taking over the house. Mom needs a real family around her, Beatrice. Not just you, constantly there, reminding her of everything she's lost. We're a complete family unit, a proper household, and we'll bring life and energy back into that house.
You can't just move in. This is my home too. I've lived here my entire life. I've been taking care of this house, maintaining it, pouring my own money and effort into it. And Mom lives here. You can't just barge in and take over like some kind of invading army. What about her wishes in all of this?
Mom needs proper care, Beatrice, and frankly, you're not providing it. You're too focused on yourself, on your own comfort. She needs someone who can manage her daily needs, someone who can anticipate her wishes, someone who can truly be there for her in her twilight years. You're just not equipped for that level of commitment.
That's an insult, a blatant, cruel insult. I take excellent care of Mom. I cook her meals, I take her to appointments, I make sure she takes her medication. I spend quality time with her every single day. I manage her finances, I pay her bills, I handle all her errands. What more could you possibly want? You think you can just waltz in and do better?
Oh, please, letting her live in her own home is the bare minimum, Beatrice. She needs more than that. She needs companionship, stimulation, proper financial management, someone to protect her from... Well, from people like you who drain her resources. She needs a vibrant, loving environment, not just a quiet coexistence. We'll bring laughter and joy back into that house.
And you think you're going to provide that by uprooting your entire family and moving back here, completely disrupting Mom's peaceful life? That sounds incredibly disruptive for everyone. Especially for Mom. You're going to turn her quiet sanctuary into a chaotic household with 2 kids and a constantly job-hunting husband.
Someone needs to step up, and it's clearly not going to be you, Beatrice. You've had your chance, and you've squandered it. It's time for someone responsible to take charge. I'm the eldest. I have a duty.
You're so incredibly arrogant. You think you know what's best for everyone, even when you're clearly making things worse. You're bulldozing over everyone's feelings, making unilateral decisions without any input. This is typical Eleanor, isn't it?
Someone has to, Beatrice, and you're clearly not capable. You're too emotional, too stuck in your ways. You can't see the bigger picture. I have a clear vision for Mom's future, a plan for how to ensure her well-being, and I'm going to execute it.
So, what happens to Mom if I'm gone? Who will actually look after her day to day? Will you be doing all the cooking, the cleaning, the errands, the appointments? Or will that fall to Charles, who won't have a job? Or your children, who will be going to school? Who exactly is going to manage all the practicalities of her life?
As the eldest daughter, that responsibility falls to me. I'll take care of her, every single aspect. I'll hire help if needed. I'll manage her schedule. I'll cook her meals. I'll be her primary caregiver.
So, just like that, I'm supposed to just leave? After all this time, all the years I've dedicated to Mom, to this house, to keeping everything stable? You're just going to throw me out on the street? That's what you're saying, after all I've done?
Yes, Beatrice, it's time for you to go. Your role in this house is over. It's time for you to start your own life, your own independent future. You're a grown woman. It's long overdue for you to stand on your own 2 feet.
But where am I supposed to go? I can't just suddenly find a new place to live, a new life, in a week. You're giving me no time to prepare, no financial assistance, no support.
That's not my problem, Beatrice. You should have thought of that sooner. You've had years to establish your independence, to save money, to plan for your future. You chose to cling to Mom in the house. These are the consequences of your choices. Now, start packing. We'll be there in a week.
You can't just kick me out. This is my home, my childhood home. I grew up here. Every corner holds a memory. You're tearing our family apart. You're destroying everything sacred.
Our family was already strained, Beatrice. Let's not pretend otherwise. The truth is, your presence here was creating a stagnant environment. This move is about revitalizing our family, making it stronger. It's a fresh start for everyone, especially Mom. Now I've got to go. We'll be there next week. Be gone by then. No excuses, no delays. Just pack your things and leave.
Arthur, can you talk? I just had the most insane conversation with Eleanor. I'm not okay.
Hey, Beatrice. Yeah, what's up? I just finished a work call. You sound really upset. What happened? Did she actually go through with it?
She did, Arthur. She completely did. She called and told me she's moving back home with Charles and the kids, and that I have to leave. She wants me out by next week.
What? She actually said that? Are you serious, Beatrice? I mean, I know she can be... Well, she can be a lot, but I didn't think she'd actually kick you out of your own home. That's insane!
She said it's for Mom's sake. She's claiming that I'm living off Mom's money, that I'm a freeloader, that I'm causing Mom stress and preventing her from living her life. Can you even imagine? She's making me out to be some kind of villain.
What? That's absolute rubbish. I told you that's completely backwards. You're the one who's been taking care of Mom diligently for years. You're the one who's been paying the bills, managing the house, being her constant companion. Mom loves you. She tells me all the time how grateful she is for you.
I know, right? That's what I tried to tell her, but she just kept repeating it like a broken record. Mom told me this, Mom told me that. She's completely convinced. She also said you thought I was a burden. She said you told her you were fed up with me. Did you, Arthur? Did you really say that about me?
No, absolutely not, Beatrice. That's a lie. I would never, ever say something like that about you. Are you kidding me? We just talked the other day about how much I appreciate everything you do for Mom. I told her how you're the rock, how you're keeping everything together. She's twisting my words, Beatrice, deliberately. I can't believe she'd stoop so low.
I don't know what to believe anymore, Arthur. She seemed so certain, so convinced. It threw me. It felt so real, you know? Like maybe everyone does secretly hate me, and I just didn't realize it.
Listen, Beatrice, you know how Eleanor is. She's always been manipulative. She always tries to control situations to get her way. She's probably just trying to isolate you, to make you feel so bad you'll leave without a fight. Don't let her get to you. You are not a burden. You are a valuable member of this family.
But she also said Mom has been complaining about me, that she wants her independence back, that she feels suffocated. Did Mom ever say anything like that to you?
About that. Mom and I did talk about some things, not specifically about you, Beatrice, but, well, she was a little upset after your argument. She mentioned feeling a bit constrained sometimes, and she was worried about you, about your future. She also mentioned missing Dad a lot and how she felt a bit stuck in the past.
Oh no. Arthur, do you think Mom's upset about the promise? The one I broke? The one I told you about? The one to Dad?
Was it about the promise you made to Dad? The one you were struggling to keep? The one that was so important to him? You told me you were having a hard time with it.
Yeah, that was it. I slipped up. It was a really tough moment, and I couldn't hold it together, and when she confronted me about it, I got defensive, and it blew up. We said some things we both regretted, I think. It was a really painful conversation, and we haven't spoken since that day.
Eleanor probably contacted Mom right after that fight, didn't she? Trying to get her side of the story, sensing an opportunity to stir up trouble. She probably used Mom's vulnerability, her sadness after your argument, and her grief for Dad to twist things to her advantage. She would have latched onto Mom's feelings of being constrained or stuck and completely distorted them to mean you were a burden.
That sounds exactly like something she would do. She always knows how to exploit a weakness, how to magnify a small issue into a huge problem. She's been like that since we were kids, hasn't she? Always manipulating situations to get what she wants.
Honestly, Beatrice, Eleanor has always been, well, a bit self-centered and manipulative, but it feels like it's gotten worse as she's gotten older, more entitled, more demanding. This saving Mom act is just a cover for her own agenda, whatever that might be. It makes me sick. I'm truly sorry you're dealing with this.
You noticed it too, huh? It's not just me. I keep thinking maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm the problem, but hearing you say it, it helps. It makes me feel so disappointed in her.
Definitely not just you. I've had my own run-ins with her over the years, especially since Dad passed. She always thinks she knows best, never considers anyone else's feelings, and she never takes responsibility for her own actions. It's always about her, isn't it? Her needs, her desires, her perceived slights.
It's always been about Eleanor, hasn't it? Even when we were little, she was always the princess, always getting what she wanted, always blaming someone else when things went wrong. I just thought she would grow out of it, that adulthood would bring some maturity, some self-awareness. I was clearly wrong.
Sadly, yeah. Listen, Beatrice, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I know it's not easy. It's incredibly unfair. You've been such a steady presence for Mom, a pillar of support.
It's just, she wants me to move out. She's planning to move in with Charles and the kids. She's already given her old landlord notice. She's already bought plane tickets. She's already making plans for the kids' new schools. She's completely committed to this, and she's demanding that I be gone by next week. It's impossible, Arthur. I can't just conjure up an apartment and a new life in 7 days.
She wants you to move out? And you're giving up your main bedroom for her, aren't you? This is your home too, Beatrice, and Mom's. She can't just do that. This is completely out of line. She has no right to demand that you leave.
That's what I said, but she's convinced she's doing what's best for Mom. She says Mom needs proper care that I'm not providing.
What about Mom's wishes in all of this? Did Eleanor even consider what Mom wants, or is she just imposing her own will on everyone? Mom is not a piece of furniture to be moved around at Eleanor's convenience. Has she even asked Mom if she wants her and her chaotic family moving in?
I don't think so, Arthur. Eleanor seems to think she knows what's best, regardless of what anyone else thinks or feels. She claims Mom confided in her, but it sounds more like Eleanor twisted Mom's feelings after our argument. She's just so sure of herself, it's unnerving. She's convinced she's the hero in this story.
This is unbelievable. Beatrice, you know I'm here for you, right? If you need anything at all, money, a place to stay while you look, anything, my spare room is always open. My wife, Olivia, already said it's fine. She's very upset about this too.
Thanks, Arthur. It means a lot. I just feel so lost and betrayed, like my whole world is being turned upside down. This house, it's my whole life. I don't know where I'd even begin to look for a new place, a new community.
Don't. We'll figure something out. Let me talk to Eleanor again. Maybe I can get her to see reason. I'll make her understand that this is unacceptable.
I don't know, Arthur. She seems pretty set on this. She's already talking about them moving in next week. She's already arranged for the moving truck, for the kids to transfer schools. She's made a full-blown plan without consulting anyone. She's even made a detailed itinerary for their arrival.
Next week? That's so soon! She's not giving you any time to prepare. That's typical Eleanor. Always rushing, always demanding immediate action. She's always been impatient and inconsiderate. This is just another example of her complete disregard for others.
Nope, she was pretty clear about me needing to be gone by then. She said, "Don't make this more difficult than it already is." She even hinted at legal action if I refused. It felt like a threat, Arthur. A very real threat.
That's completely unacceptable. I'm gonna call her right now. This is a family home, not her personal property to dispose of as she pleases.
Be careful, Arthur. You know how she can be. She's in full attack mode. She's not listening to reason. She's completely convinced she's right, and everyone else is wrong. She'll just try to twist your words too. She's very good at that.
I know, but I can't just stand by and let her bully you like this. This is our family home, and you belong there just as much as she does. You've earned your place there more than she ever has.
Thanks, Arthur. You're the best brother a girl could ask for. Seriously, knowing you're on my side, it helps. It really does. It makes me feel less alone in this nightmare.
Don't worry, sis. I've got your back. I'll let you know what happens after I talk to her. I'll make sure she understands the gravity of what she's doing. Don't blame yourself for what happened with Mom. We'll work through it together. Whatever that promise was, whatever the argument was about, it's not your fault that Eleanor is acting like this.
Okay, Arthur. Talk to you later. Please be careful. She's ruthless when she wants something.
Well, Beatrice, are you packed yet? Time's ticking. We're on our way. Our flight lands in a few hours, and then we'll be heading straight to the house. The moving truck is already there, unloading our belongings. We're ready to start our new life. Is everything cleared out of your room?
Are you really going through with this, Eleanor? Really kicking your own sister out of the home she's lived in her entire life?
Don't act like the victim here, Beatrice. It's truly tiresome. This is for Mom, as I've told you repeatedly. You've had plenty of time to prepare for this. More than enough, actually. You knew this was coming. This isn't a surprise. And frankly, this conversation is over. The decision has been made.
And you really think moving in with your whole family, with 2 loud children and a constantly job-hunting husband, is the best thing for Mom? It sounds incredibly chaotic, Eleanor. Mom thrives on peace and quiet. This will turn her sanctuary into a circus. Have you even considered her preferences, her daily routines? Or is it just about what you want?
We'll bring structure and proper care into her life, something she hasn't had in a long time. My children are well behaved, Beatrice, and Charles will be contributing to the household once he finds work. It's an investment in Mom's future, a complete family unit supporting her. You're just jealous, aren't you? Jealous of the life we're building, the stability we're bringing.
That's a blatant lie, and you know it, Eleanor. Mom was perfectly happy, well cared for, and thriving before you decided to barge back into our lives and disrupt everything. She had her routines, her friends, her peace. You're destroying all of that with your selfish ambition. You're deluding yourself if you think this is for her benefit.
Happy with you lazing around, contributing nothing but drama? I don't think so, Beatrice. Mom deserves better than to have her resources drained by your endless freeloading.
I contribute financially and emotionally. I've spent years taking care of this house, taking care of Mom, paying for everything she needs. I even paid for that new roof last year, remember? My freelance work brings in steady income. You have no idea what my life here is like, what sacrifices I've made. You just see what you want to see.
Oh, I have a pretty good idea, Beatrice. A very clear picture. Now, where are you planning to go? Did you even look for a new place to live? Did you secure an apartment?
It's not that easy to just find a new home in a week, Eleanor, especially when you're being forced out without any warning, without any financial help. This is a rush job, and it's incredibly stressful. I've managed to find a tiny, dingy apartment, but it's all I can get on such short notice. It's nowhere near as comfortable as the home I've always known.
Not my problem, Beatrice. You should have thought of that sooner. You've had years to establish your independence, to save money, to plan for your future. You chose to cling to Mom in the house.
You're unbelievable. You have absolutely no empathy, Eleanor. No compassion. You're just a bulldozer, crushing everyone in your path to get what you want.
Spare me the dramatics, Beatrice. I'm not here for your emotional theatrics. This is what needs to happen. It's a necessary evil. Sometimes you have to make tough decisions for the greater good, and in this case, the greater good is Mom's long-term happiness and security.
And what about Mom's feelings, Eleanor? Did you even bother to ask her if she wants this? Did you sit down with her calmly and discuss her preferences?
She'll adjust. She'll be better off with her grandchildren around. With the life and energy we'll bring into the house, she'll adapt, as everyone does. And frankly, Beatrice, she already implicitly agreed. She knows this is what's best for her, even if she couldn't articulate it herself. I'm simply acting on her behalf.
You're just assuming that. You haven't even spoken to her properly about it. You've barely visited her in years, and now you're suddenly her advocate?
I know my own mother, Beatrice, better than you do, apparently. I understand her unspoken needs, her deep desires. I know what will truly make her happy in the long run.
You haven't lived in the same house as her for years. You don't know her life now. You don't know her friends, her hobbies, her daily routines, her quiet moments, her struggles. You have no right to come in here and make such sweeping pronouncements about her well-being.
I know she deserves better than to be stuck with a jobless daughter who pretends to work from home while draining her inheritance. I know she deserves peace of mind, knowing her future is secure, and that's what we're going to provide. So, pack your bags.
I have a job! Why do you keep saying that? It's a real job, Eleanor. I have real clients, real deadlines, and a real income. You're just trying to diminish my efforts to make yourself feel better about your own selfish motives.
Whatever you say, Beatrice, your protests are irrelevant at this point. Just be gone by the time we arrive. Don't make this more difficult than it already is.
You're heartless, Eleanor. Truly heartless. This is a cruel, unjust act. You're destroying the peace of this home, and you're destroying our relationship.
I'm doing what's necessary, Beatrice, and I'm not here for your emotional lectures. This conversation is finished. Now, goodbye, Beatrice. I expect your room to be completely empty when I walk through that door. I'm giving you one last chance to comply peacefully.
You're a monster. You've always been a monster, and now you've proven it. You will never know peace in that house.
Beatrice, I need to talk to you. It's really bad here.
Is living in your childhood home with your mother and sister cramping your style? Is your dream family life not quite as idyllic as you imagined?
Mom she's a lot. She's been incredibly difficult. In the house, it's just not working out.
Is she perhaps expressing her own opinions now that you're constantly there to hear them?
She's constantly complaining about anything I do around here, about anything we all do around here.
Perhaps she missed the peace and quiet she had before you arrived, or perhaps she's finally showing her true colors, now that she doesn't have me to deflect her frustrations onto.
She blames me for you not being here. She says I scared you away. She's even started to cry when she asks, making me feel incredibly guilty.
Well, I told you that I knew her needs better than you ever could.
But this isn't fair. That wasn't supposed to be how things went. And I hardly have any money after I finished buying all the things we need. Plus, Charles still hasn't found a job.
I tried to warn you that I was the one who bought everything in that house. It sounds to me like a lack of planning on your part.
Please, you have to switch with me. Come back and live here, or at least send me all the money I need to for my family.
Is that a joke? That is not going to happen at all.
But who is going to take care of Mom?
Mom made her own decision when she agreed to kick me out. You can settle all of this on your own. I've already spoken to Arthur, and he doesn't want anything to do with you either.
So all of my family is just going to abandon me? This can't be right. You have to help me. You can't just leave me to do all of this on my own.
I am not leaving you to do anything. You were the one that kicked me out, remember? Well, if this is all what you wanted, you can have it. Just don't come crying to me anymore. After that, I heard through the grapevine that, in the end, Eleanor and my mom realized that they would have to sell the house and downsize by a lot. They ended up moving into a crummy little apartment in the city because it was the only place where Charles was able to find work, and the kids were able to go to school. Eleanor thought she would have the perfect life back at home, but instead, she ruined her life, her family's life, and our mom's life. As for me, I was just so glad to have freedom and independence for the first time in so long. I was able to do so many things that I had never done before. I traveled to different countries, tried new foods, and even found time to try bungee jumping. I do feel bad for how things ended with my mom and sister, but I realized that I was always putting their needs before my own and not realize how disrespectful they were being of me. It wasn't until I was out of the house that I could see reality for how it really was. I really do hope they all manage to get along with each other and be happy, but that is going to be a process I am not a part of. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey, old hag! You're not seriously planning on showing up at the wedding, are you? You must understand by now that both Dad and I hate you, right? It's truly pathetic that you can't grasp such a simple concept. Do you lack self-awareness entirely? It's utterly transparent how unwanted you are, yet you persist in hovering like a persistent, unwelcome shadow. Honestly, your presence would be an insult, a stain on what's supposed to be a joyous occasion. We've made it perfectly clear repeatedly that you are not and will never be welcome, so just grasp the obvious and stay away. Your absence is the only gift we desire from you. Lucy, that's enough! Stop this immediately! Your attitude is incredibly childish. You're 23 years old now, not a rebellious teenager. When are you going to grow up and act your age? This incessant negativity, this unfounded hostility, it serves no one. It only creates unnecessary friction and distress. I understand you may dislike me, but a wedding is a sacred ceremony, a significant event that symbolizes the connection between families, not just individuals. It's about more than just personal feelings. It's about respect for tradition, for the sanctity of the occasion. Your current tone is entirely inappropriate and frankly quite disrespectful. Don't you think it would be better not to speak that way? Family? I don't consider you family at all. In fact, you're always busy with work, so you probably don't even care about me, do you? You're obsessed with that old inn, constantly working, sacrificing everything. But what's the point of all that effort when, in the end, it's just Dad's inn? It's his legacy, his name on the deed, his ultimate possession. Your relentless toil seems utterly futile in that context. It's like you're constantly running on a treadmill, expending energy, but never actually moving forward in any meaningful way that benefits me or Dad. All your sacrifices, all your endless hours, they just serve to prop up something that isn't even truly yours to begin with. It's pathetic, honestly. You slave away, and for what? For someone else's glory? It makes no sense to me. Your priorities are completely skewed. You might think you're indispensable, but the truth is, you're merely a cog in a machine that Dad built and controls. It's precisely because your father isn't putting in the effort that I am, Lucy. Someone has to keep this business afloat to ensure our future, and clearly he's not up to the task. I thought you would have understood that by now, but it seems you still have no idea what's really going on. I've been tirelessly working, not for myself, but for the stability of this family, for the very roof over your head. Your father has grown complacent, content to let things stagnate while I pour my heart and soul into maintaining what our ancestors built. This isn't just Dad's inn, it's a legacy, a responsibility that someone has to uphold with diligence and foresight, and when your father chooses to shirk that duty, it falls to me. But I suppose you'll come to understand it eventually. The truth has a way of revealing itself, doesn't it? Perhaps when you face the harsh realities of life, you'll see the full picture.
What are you even talking about? You're the one who doesn't understand, aren't you? I know all about it. Your true colors. Don't try to deny it. I'm not blind. I've seen enough to piece it all together. What are you referring to, true colors? What nonsense are you spouting now? You can't do anything without Dad, can you? You're utterly dependent on him, yet you're hurting him, aren't you? Causing him endless grief and stress. You're a parasite, feeding off his success while secretly undermining him. I wish you would just disappear from my life and from Dad's life permanently. Your existence is a constant source of negativity and conflict, and we'd all be better off without your meddling presence.
I don't understand what you're implying, but I suggest you be careful with your words. Careless remarks often lead to trouble, Lucy. You're speaking about things you clearly don't comprehend, fueled by assumptions and perhaps misinformation. Such reckless accusations can have serious repercussions, far beyond what you might imagine. It's not a game, and words once spoken cannot be unsaid. So, think before you speak, especially when you're making such grave allegations against your own mother.
It's better to have no mother at all than to have one like you. And just so you know, Toa hates you too. Todd, my fiancé, he sees through you just like I do. He understands how truly awful you are. He agrees with me on this completely. You're an embarrassment to our family, and he wants nothing to do with you. So don't even think for a second that you have any allies left. You're completely alone in this.
Todd? You mean your fiancé? How could he possibly hate me, as you so crudely put it? You've barely introduced us, and our interactions have been nothing but polite. Have you been filling his head with baseless accusations about me, Lucy? Are you actively trying to poison his opinion of me, even before he truly gets to know me? It speaks volumes about your character that you would stoop to such tactics, fabricating animosity where none exists.
Yes, Todd. Todd is on my side, of course. He's smart, unlike you. He knows what's what. Of course, he won't inherit a shabby inn like ours. His family runs a company, you know, so he's not going to be tied down to this old, struggling business. He has bigger ambitions, a more prosperous future, and he's not going to let you or this inn drag him down. He's seen how you operate, how you cling to this place, and he wants no part of it. He's looking for upward mobility, not a decrepit relic of the past. He values ambition and success, things you clearly don't understand.
I know. Darcy Industries, right? I'm quite aware of that. In fact, I'm well informed about the Darcy family and the business. It's part of my duty to be aware of the families that will be connected to ours through marriage. It's my responsibility to know these things, to ensure the well-being of our family and our business relationships. I've been doing my due diligence precisely because I care about your future, even if you refuse to acknowledge it.
That's creepy. You're unnecessarily investigating me, aren't you? Why are you digging into my life, gathering information about my future in-laws? It's intrusive, and frankly, it makes me feel uncomfortable. What possible reason could you have for scrutinizing every detail of my personal connections?
I'm not investigating you, Lucy. I just know his parents, that's all. We've had prior dealings, professional dealings. It's simply a matter of knowing the people we're entering into a family alliance with. It's called being responsible, not creepy.
You're like a stalker. Are you even listening to me, Mom? You're always hovering, always prying, always trying to control every aspect of my life. It's suffocating. I'm an adult now, and I deserve some privacy, some autonomy. This isn't a game, Mom. This is my life, my wedding, and my future.
Lucy, you need to stop this. I've always done what was necessary for you, even though you disliked me. I've supported you, provided for you, and sacrificed for you, despite your constant animosity. I don't understand how you became so twisted. What happened to the sweet child I raised? I honestly can't comprehend what led you to this point, to harbor such bitterness and disdain. Don't you think we should try to mend our relationship, especially with your marriage approaching? This is a new chapter, an opportunity for a fresh start, for healing old wounds. Wouldn't that be best for everyone in the family, for all of us to move forward with a semblance of peace and understanding?
Just stay away from the wedding, all right? I don't consider you family, so think about what you're saying a little. You're not welcome, plain and simple. Your presence would ruin everything. This is my day, my moment, and I want it to be perfect, free from your negativity. So for once, show some consideration and just disappear.
Brent, about Lucy's wedding, I was thinking we should attend together as a couple, you know, for appearances, for our daughter. When you come home that day, at least for that one day, wouldn't it be better if we attended together? It would present a united front, a picture of a cohesive family. It's about projecting an image of stability and happiness, even if it's just for show. Don't you think that's the least we can do for her on such a significant day?
Ha! Of course I'm going by myself. Do you think I'd do something so embarrassing as to stand next to you and attend? The very thought is absurd. It would be a public humiliation, a stark reminder of our strained relationship. My reputation, my standing, everything would be compromised if I were to be seen walking beside you.
We're husband and wife, you know that, right? Or have you forgotten the vows we exchanged, the commitment we made? The world knows we're married, and for you to attend separately would raise questions, invite whispers.
But my pride won't allow it. I can't walk side by side with a woman like you. It's impossible. The mere thought fills me with dread, with a sense of utter mortification. It would be a public confession of my regrets, my failures, and I refuse to expose myself to that kind of scrutiny, that kind of judgment. My reputation is paramount, and being seen with you would tarnish it irrevocably.
That's too much. That's simply too cruel. You barely come home these days, do you? And you've been neglecting your work, just going wherever you please. You've been gallivanting around, spending our family's assets, haven't you? Please stop squandering our wealth. It's a disgrace. You're living a life of leisure, indulging your whims, while I'm here trying to manage everything, trying to keep our family afloat. Where are you even going when you're not here? What are you doing with all that money?
See, you just open your mouth and all you do is complain, don't you? Always nagging, always criticizing, never a kind word. If you want to complain so much, just talk to yourself. You're a lonely old hag, hated by me, by our daughter, and by our daughter's husband. Your constant negativity, your endless grievances, they push everyone away. So don't expect sympathy or understanding from me. You've brought this upon yourself.
If that's what you truly believe, then I understand. I have my own plans now. I'll see you at the wedding. And trust me, you won't like what you see. You've pushed me to this point, Brent, and now you'll face the consequences of your actions. You actually came! Seriously, you actually showed up. A miserable old hag hated by her own daughter. What a pathetic sight. You have no shame, do you? No dignity whatsoever. To intrude on such an important day, a day meant for joy and celebration, with your unwelcome presence, it's beyond audacious. You are a constant source of embarrassment, and now you're bringing that disgrace to my wedding. Your behavior is completely unacceptable, especially on such a public and important occasion. You're speaking to me with such venom, such blatant disrespect in front of all these people. If you apologize immediately, I might reconsider my actions. I might, just might, be willing to overlook this public affront. But my patience is wearing thin, and I'm warning you, there are consequences to such brazen disrespect. This is your last chance to rectify your insolence.
Apologize? Why should I apologize? You just crashed the wedding uninvited, didn't you? I didn't invite you, so it's your fault for showing up. You're the one who is out of line, disrupting my special day with your unwanted presence. I made it clear you weren't welcome, yet you disregarded my wishes completely. Your audacity is truly astounding. Why would I ever apologize to someone who shows such disregard for my boundaries?
So, you're not going to apologize, are you? You're truly saying you want me to leave, aren't you? You're completely dismissing me, pushing me away even now. You understand what you're asking for, don't you? The final severing of all ties.
Both he and Dad and I all hate you, so we ignored you. How does it feel to be ignored by everyone at your daughter's wedding? It must be quite miserable, wouldn't you say? To be so utterly cast aside, to be treated as if you don't even exist. It's what you deserve, really. You've earned this isolation.
I'm going home now.
Yay! Now Dad and I are free. Just disappear quickly and never show your face in front of us again. You've served your purpose, which was apparently to be an obstacle, and now you're no longer needed. Don't ever darken our doorstep again. Your presence is a curse, and your absence will be a blessing. So good riddance.
Are you really sure about this? You won't regret it. This is a final decision, a point of no return. Once I leave, there's no coming back from this. Are you truly prepared to live with the consequences of this irreversible choice? Because I assure you, there will be consequences, far-reaching and profound.
Huh? You're being persistent. This is my wedding, you know. If you keep interfering, I'll call security. I'm serious. Don't push me, old hag. I've already told you to leave, and you're still standing there making a scene. You're ruining everything. Absolutely everything. Get out now, or I swear I will have you forcibly removed.
That means you don't want to be family with me, doesn't it? You've made your intentions perfectly clear. Fine, I've reached my limit as well. If you end up regretting this, it'll be your own responsibility. Don't come crying to me when things inevitably fall apart. This is your choice, your consequence. Well then, enjoy your wedding. That is, if it can continue. And believe me, it won't.
What are you doing? Where are you? You need to answer your phone. I'm in a bind. What's going on?
Yes, I already went home. You told me to go home, didn't you? You ignored me and coldly cursed me. You're the one who said you wanted me gone, and now that I've actually left, you're calling me so distraught? What exactly is your intention? What did you expect would happen? Did you truly think I would just vanish into thin air, leaving no ripples? That's incredibly naive, even for you.
Todd's father is furious, and I don't understand what's happening. The wedding can't even continue. It's been interrupted. Dad and I are in a panic. The entire event has ground to a halt, and everyone is looking at us like we're complete fools. This is a disaster.
Well, of course, Mr. Darcy and I have a business connection. Did you honestly think that my presence, or lack thereof, would have no bearing on anything? You seem to forget that the world extends beyond your immediate desires. Business relationships are built on trust and respect, something you seem to know nothing about. What? Business? What kind of business? What are you even talking about? You've never mentioned any business with the Darcys before. You're always so secretive, always holding back information, always manipulating things from behind the scenes. Just tell me straight, what is going on? All right, I'll ask you this, just in case. Why did you and your father ignore me today? I'm giving you an opportunity to explain yourselves, to offer some justification for your incredibly rude and baffling behavior. Don't think for a second that I'm oblivious to what transpired. I merely seek to understand the motivation behind it, if there is any rational one. You know the answer to that better than anyone, don't you? It's your fault, Mom. You're the reason. You were cheating, weren't you? That's why Dad was tired of your behavior and wanted to introduce us to a new partner. That's why we decided not to invite you to the wedding. He said you were constantly stepping out, pursuing your own selfish desires, neglecting your responsibilities to us. He painted a picture of a wife who had grown distant, disloyal, and unfaithful. He told me he was tired of your constant betrayals, your secret life, your disregard for our family unit. He said he found someone new, someone who would truly appreciate him, who would bring joy and stability back into our lives. And that's why he wanted to introduce her at the wedding. But then you showed up, and it became a complete mess. Everything got complicated because of your stubborn refusal to stay away. Is that so? So you were dancing to his lies, weren't you? You truly believed every fabricated word that spewed from his manipulative mouth, didn't you? Lies? What lies? What are you talking about? Dad would never lie to me. He's my father. I'll tell you clearly, he was the one who was cheating. Your father, your beloved, honest father, was the one engaged in infidelity. And the new partner he wanted to introduce? That's his mistress. The woman he's been secretly seeing, spending our family's money on, all while pretending to be a devoted husband and father. And he had the audacity to try to announce his new life, his illegitimate relationship at your wedding, before our divorce was even finalized. It's nothing short of insane. He's completely out of his mind. What are you talking about? You're saying he was the one cheating, not you? That's impossible. He's always so busy with the inn's management, working constantly. He's a workaholic, Mom. He dedicates every waking hour to that old building. There's no space in his life for anything else, let alone a secret affair. Where would I find the time? I think it's more likely that your father, who has too much free time on his hands and is always out playing around, is the one who has the time for such things. He's the one with the leisure, the disposable income, and the inclination to engage in such reckless behavior. So, who do you think is more likely to be involved in a clandestine affair? The one diligently working or the one constantly seeking amusement outside of our home? So, Dad was lying? He lied to me? To his own daughter? My perception of him, built on years of trust and admiration, is completely shattered. He manipulated your trust, your innocence, to create a smokescreen for his own deplorable actions. But now, I've decided to cut ties with both you and him. I'll be asking him to take his belongings and leave. And if you too end up divorcing your fiancé because of this, just know that you won't have a place to come back to either. Why would Dad have to leave? It's his inn, isn't it? His family business. No, on paper, he was supposed to inherit it, yes. But our inn has been passed down through my great-grandfather's generation. It's my family's legacy, not his. He contributed nothing to its actual management or growth, so it's only natural that Mr. Darcy was angry. He's a man of integrity and sharp business acumen, and seeing your disrespectful attitude at the wedding just now, he wouldn't want his son, who's supposed to inherit his company, to marry such an ill-mannered person, would he? He's witnessed your behavior firsthand, and it's a direct reflection of your character. His company's reputation, his son's future, would be jeopardized by an alliance with someone as unrefined and thoughtless as you.
They're saying the wedding is cancelled. What should I do? This is a nightmare. Everything is falling apart. My wedding, my future, my entire life is in ruins.
What do you expect me to do? I can't do anything about it. You were the one who ignored me, cursed me, and kicked me out, remember? I told you you should take responsibility for your words, didn't I? I told you this would happen. I warned you, but you chose to disregard my words, to treat me with contempt. Goodbye, my former daughter.
Mom, please, let's talk properly. The wedding was cancelled. It's the worst, and the marriage might be off too. This is a disaster. Mom, please, can't you talk to him? You know, Todd's father, don't you? Please, just tell him I didn't mean it, that it was all a misunderstanding.
Who is this? We are strangers now, aren't we? You declared me irrelevant, unwanted, and now you come crawling back, expecting me to pick up the pieces of your shattered dreams?
You're just like Dad, exactly like him, always changing your tune when it suits you, always manipulating the situation to your advantage.
The point is, you're an adult now. You're no longer a child who can blame her mistakes on ignorance. You chose to believe your father's lies, didn't you? You always believed what he said. You had more opportunities to talk to him, to clarify things, than you did with me, who was always busy with work. So you had no choice but to believe him, right? Is that what you're saying?
But anyway, right now, my future is at stake. I'll be in trouble if the marriage falls through. What will you do about it? Don't you love your daughter? Help me. I'm your flesh and blood, Mom. How can you just abandon me like this?
The time when you were cute is long over. As of today, you are completely a stranger to me, so you have to try your best on your own. You chose this. You pushed me away. You made it clear that I was no longer needed, no longer wanted. And now you expect me to rush to your aid? That's incredibly irresponsible of you, isn't it? Do you think it's okay to act like that? To treat your own mother with such disdain and then demand her help when you're in trouble? Your sense of entitlement is truly breathtaking. All right, let me ask you then, why is the marriage likely to fall through? What is the specific reason for this looming disaster? I want to hear your analysis, your understanding of the situation.
Well, it's because you're saying you're cutting ties with me, Mom. That's why. It's your fault, all of it. And that's why Todd is being scolded by his parents. They're furious with him, and it's all because of your actions. Your stubborn refusal to act like a normal family member.
And who was the cause of that? Think about it carefully. Wasn't it your father, the root cause of this entire mess? He set this chain of events in motion, and you willingly participated. So, the blame lies squarely with him, and with you for being so easily manipulated. It's not my fault, yet I'm being blamed.
After you left the venue, Todd's father, who learned the truth about the situation, became furious. He suddenly started saying incomprehensible things to Todd, like how his business couldn't operate without my cooperation, and it seems he didn't like my attitude, how I conspired to ignore you. Todd's mother called me ill-mannered and blamed me too. She told me I had no respect, no sense of proper etiquette. What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to fix this. This is a complete disaster, and it's all because of your stubborn refusal to act like a normal mother.
I think what his parents are saying is correct. You were indeed ill-mannered and your actions were deplorable. It's true that I was cooperating with Mr. Darcy's company. As parents, wouldn't they be disappointed? Deeply disappointed. Todd, their son, was completely oblivious to the crucial business relationship between our families, a relationship I diligently maintained. He allowed himself to be swayed by your childish antics, by your malicious attempts to ostracize me. This demonstrates a profound lack of awareness, a shocking ignorance of the intricate web of connections that govern their family's success. Any responsible parent would be disheartened to see such a critical lapse in judgment in their heir.
And that's not all. It was my wedding, but because of the weird atmosphere, all the other guests left. Of course, the wedding was canceled. But because of that, Todd's parents are also furious with me. They're screaming at me, telling me I've ruined everything. This is all your fault, Mom. All of it. You caused this entire mess.
That's just the natural outcome, isn't it? What did you expect when you created such a scene?
But Todd didn't know, so it's not his fault, right? He was just caught in the crossfire.
Even if Todd didn't know about my influence, for him to be swayed by your words and completely ignore me without understanding the situation, that's still incredibly irresponsible, wouldn't you say? Especially if he's going to inherit the company and become president in the future. I have doubts whether such an irresponsible person can handle it. Therefore, I've decided not to provide any further funding to Mr. Darcy's business. My financial support, which was crucial to their operations, will cease immediately. This is a direct consequence of your son's poor judgment and your family's lack of respect. He needs to learn that actions have consequences, and that a leader must be discerning and well-informed. This is a harsh lesson, perhaps, but a necessary one for his future.
What? That's only going to make this situation worse, isn't it? My God, Mom, what are you thinking? You're going to destroy everything. My marriage, Todd's business, everything. How can you be so utterly heartless?
You understand that, do you? Finally, you're starting to see things a little more clearly. It seems the severity of the situation is finally registering with you.
So, what should I do? Mom, you're not going to help me, are you? You're just going to leave me to fend for myself? After all this, you're still abandoning me?
Please understand that you no longer have a mother. You brought this upon yourself as a result of your naive choices. It's too late to regret your foolishness now. You made your bed, and now you must lie in it. You chose to believe lies, to act with malice, and to cast aside the very person who supported you. There are no do-overs, no second chances for such profound betrayals. So, embrace the consequences of your actions, for they are entirely your own.
Wait a minute, Mom.
Even if you contact me, I won't offer any help now. Why don't you try to think for yourself for a bit? Consider who supported your life until now. Think about how you've lived your life up to this point. Take this opportunity to reflect, to truly understand the impact of your actions. It's a chance for you to finally grow up, to become a responsible adult. So goodbye. Please try to become independent on your own. Good luck.
Hey! What was that all about yesterday? I was humiliated at the wedding too, you know. What was your intention? And what do you mean I can't come home? This is my inn, isn't it? My property!
Since when did you have that understanding? Since when did you believe this was solely your inn? It's astonishing, really, your warped perception of reality.
What are you trying to say? Are you denying my ownership? What kind of nonsense is this? I've always been the head of this establishment, the patriarch.
This inn has always been built by my family, passed down through generations. It's been in my lineage since the beginning, long before you entered the picture. So it's only natural for you to leave, isn't it? You're an outsider, a temporary guest who overstayed his welcome. You never truly understood the history, the legacy, the sacrifices that went into building this place. You simply reaped the benefits without contributing anything of substance.
Do you honestly think you can kick me out? Are you truly delusional enough to believe you have that power? I am the husband, the man of the house. You can't just displace me.
Of course, I manage all aspects of the inn's operations and the property's registration. You were merely a nominal owner, a title without substance. You were the face, perhaps, but I was the brains, the hands, the heart that kept this place running. You contributed nothing to its actual management, its growth, or its survival. You simply enjoyed the prestige without undertaking any of the responsibility. You can confirm with the other executives if you like. Asking them whether to keep me or you would be too foolish a question to be answered by anyone. They all know the truth. They know who really runs this establishment. You're an empty suit, a figurehead whose time has run out.
Then what about my assets? What about my money, my possessions? You can't just take everything.
Assets? What are you talking about now? What assets are you referring to? Are you claiming to have some hidden fortune I'm unaware of?
My assets, of course! What's happened to them? You're not seriously planning to take all of my assets, are you? You wouldn't dare! I'm the owner of this inn! I've worked for this! I've built this!
You never seem to understand, do you? You're just a name, nothing more. You actually had nothing to do with the management. In fact, you were the one who was squandering our assets, weren't you? You were taking funds, diverting them for your own personal use, weren't you? Even if you had any assets, they would likely be used to pay for the alimony. And believe me, the amount will be substantial.
What? Alimony? What are you talking about? What divorce? What legal proceedings are you referring to? Are you threatening me?
You were planning to announce a new partner at our daughter's wedding. How shameless and foolish can one man be? You actually thought people would be happy if you announced a mere affair at a wedding, didn't you? Only a fool like you would be happy. No, wait. It's probably useless to ask a fool if they're a fool. You're beyond reason, beyond comprehension. Your lack of common sense, your utter disregard for social norms is truly astounding.
What? Well, fine, whatever. If you want to claim alimony, do it. But you know the term asset division, don't you? The money you think is yours is also mine. I'll take half of the inn's money, too. You won't get away with taking everything.
Do you really think I would have married you without anticipating something like this? Do you honestly believe I'm so naive, so foolish that I would enter into a lifelong commitment without considering all contingencies? I didn't marry you without any preparation, obviously. Of course, you haven't forgotten about the prenuptial agreement we signed before the marriage, have you?
Prenuptial agreement? I don't remember any such thing. That was ages ago. Almost 30 years ago, wasn't it? That's ancient history. It's surely invalid by now.
To be precise, it was 25 years ago, and it has no expiration date. It's still fully valid and enforceable. I've already called our corporate lawyer, and we're discussing this. I've also gathered evidence of your infidelity beforehand. The lawyer will be contacting you shortly regarding the alimony claim, so be prepared and wait for it.
That's impossible. I won't get a single penny. I thought this was my inn. And you've been collecting evidence of my affair, so you knew? You knew all along?
Unlike you, I'm not a fool. I've known about your affairs for years. I've been preparing for a divorce all this time. I wanted to attend Lucy's wedding pretending to be a harmonious couple, to give her that one day, that one beautiful memory, free from the sordid reality of our lives. But your brainwashing of her ran deeper than I imagined. As a result, I've decided to cut ties with her as well. She's so deeply entrenched in your manipulative lies that I see no other recourse. It's heartbreaking, but necessary.
How could you abandon your own daughter? You're cold, Brenda. Utterly cold!
I don't want to hear that from you, the one who created the cause of all this. I thought it would be better to cut ties for now. She needs to become more independent, don't you think? And she needs to understand the consequences of making an enemy of me. After that, I had finally rid myself of my troublesome family and was at last a free woman. I knew that some of these decisions would have to be made soon, but I didn't expect everything to come to a head all at once. Mr. Darcy reached out to me and told me he had asked Todd to step down as his successor in order to get back into my good graces. I told him that I would provide funding to his company on a provisional basis. All I can say now is that I am pleased to be free of my horrid family. I just hope that I can move on quickly and look forward to my new life as a free woman. As for my family, I just hope that they can one day learn to pull their heads out of their rear ends and take responsibility for their lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.